up, everybody? Welcome to BioS 3 Raw TV, live from the Masters Nationals. Well, by the time you guys see this, it won't be live. Let's talk about some fitness stuff for a change. What do you think? All right, out here in gorgeous Orlando, where it's like 85 degrees, sunny, beautiful palm trees, all that jazz. So nice with the weather breaking. It's beautiful. For now, before we even start talking about some fitness stuff, I get a lot of questions about my diet and stuff right now, which of course I don't diet the way I used to, as far as how much food I used to eat. But right now when I travel, I wind up eating about 2 meals a day. So what I do is I get to the venue wherever I'm at, and I try to find something that I know usually digests well for me. And the first day I'm there, I have those foods, and I see how my body reacts the first day. And if my body reacts normally the first day, I literally eat those same fruits from the same places. If I'm there 5 days, I do the same thing, the same times for all 5 days. I literally eat the same thing all 5 days in a row, order it at the same times, everything. Because I know my body's okay, it responds, and it helps keep my routine, which for me is important. I enjoy the routine. I'm not the type of person that needs to have something different all the time. I just want my body to respond the way I need it to respond and feel good. Like, at this point, I don't need to be, choking down chicken, broccoli, whatever the case may be, or 8,000 calories, or whatever the case may be. I need to feel good all the time. That's my goal. So look good, stay lean, keep a little bit of size, and feel good. So let's go get the first meal of the day. So it's actually 12:30 right now, p.m. And I'm gonna have my first meal. I was up at 6 a.m. this morning, got everything done at the judging table by 8 a.m. And we judged 8 to 12:30. And now another shift of judges will go in. And today we don't have the check-ins because it's done, but yesterday and the day before, I would eat, then go to check-ins and work check-ins from 1 o'clock to 8 p.m. So basically we were working from 8 in the morning to 8 p.m. And then when I'm done with that, I have another meal, which is usually a bigger meal. I could do my emails in the room, take a shower and crash out and do it all the next day. So there's literally, I haven't actually exited the hotel the whole time we've been here for 4 days. I haven't gone anywhere, seen anything, done anything. That's just how these things roll most of the times, especially the national shows. They're big shows, lots of competitors, a lot of stuff to do. So we wind up just being busy the whole time. So let's go grab some food and I'll show you guys what I eat, and we'll talk some fitness stuff for a change. This place is absolutely beautiful. It's huge. I come here every year. We do the Europa Orlando. I usually stay here with Titan Medical also. Beautiful place. Right here is like the little foyer thing, the little atrium that they have. Kind of sit out here and skylights and stuff and eat your food. So the market here is where I've been getting my food for my first meal of the day. And then over here at Fiorenzo, this is where I ate the last couple of nights. They actually have an NPC menu, which is a little bit different from the regular menus. So what's cool about a lot of these shows is the hotels themselves either have a special menu or the restaurants in the hotel have a special menu. So you have like white rice, they have baked potatoes, they have baked sweet potatoes, they have, this one had broccoli or asparagus, they have grilled chicken, they had codfish, they had, I think it was porterhouse or some filet on there. Honestly, they have egg whites, they have all that stuff here, so you can literally, brown rice, you can literally get it here. So I have one meal that's, it's like kind of already packaged over here at the market that's fast. And after everything's done for the day, I come over here, and usually we sit there and eat until, I don't know, until like we get done about 11 o'clock, midnight, something like that. So it's cool, like when we get here, to try to find this stuff. And like if you travel often in the places that you're familiar with, you know what to do already. Now, I've eaten here a bunch of times with Titan Medical and them. It wasn't the NPC menu, so I knew they already had stuff here that I could eat. And in the market, it's just a matter of making the right choices that are what's best for you, instead of just saying fucking and going crazy with wings and McDonald's or whatever. Like, for me, I just don't feel good when I'm doing that stuff and eating like that. So I try to do the right thing for me all the time. I'm getting this thing right here, which is a turkey sandwich, and just take the bacon off of it. Get a couple hard-boiled eggs, which they don't have the hard-boiled eggs today, but they usually have hard-boiled eggs too. So grab one of those, couple hard-boiled eggs, a couple bottles of water, and I'm good for my first meal. Apparently they do have the hard-boiled eggs, just didn't have them where they usually have them. So, okay, I got my hard-boiled eggs. I only have 2 of those. Eat the fats, yolks, everything. And then I have my sandwich here, which I'm gonna eat right now. And I'll drink probably one of these full things right now. I'll probably drink this one right afterwards. I'm just gonna eat this now. I'm not gonna eat it on camera because you guys don't need to see me eat, and then we'll wrap in a minute. And before you eat, I wanna show you guys the actual view of my room, which is really awesome. So the pool and shit. But here's the thing with me, guys. I am a sucker for palm trees. I don't know what it is. I've always loved palm trees like my whole life. Probably because if you see palm trees, you know you're someplace warm. But like the ones in California are all fucked up and stuff. Like these, if you look at them, I'll zoom in over here. They're super green, lush. They're healthy. Like I definitely could live in Florida without a doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. All right, guys, we're back in the room. And I just want to point this out. Like I love these little refrigerators that are open like that. I don't know why. Seeing the food makes me happy. I don't know what the fuck. It doesn't make any sense. I know. So they actually, this is the suite that I'm in for the weekend. You know, you get the TV on the wall over here, of course. And then this view, I love the view. It's like a wide open thing through the whole wall over here. You get like a little living room and stuff over here. A desk if you want to do your work and stuff. They have like a little dining room area over here. Of course, the bed's over here. But overall, I mean, it's just a great room. And I just want to say thank you to Gary Udit and the NPC for actually hooking everything up again. They take great care of us. And you really, really feel like they care when you come on these trips and you have these great rooms and stuff like this. So thank you again to the NPC and Gary Udit for hooking everything up and taking care of us. Now let's eat. All right, now I feel much better after having a meal. I was pretty hungry at that point. So, all right, let's talk about some fitness stuff, some cool epiphany stuff that have kind of happened. Not happened, but things that I noticed. So being out here at Masters Nationals, we have classes that are 35 and above, 45 and above, 55 and above, and I think there's 60 and above. There's no 70 above, but 60 and above. And we have people that are in their 70s, mid 70s competing. And you start to get around these people that have been training for, 50 years and stuff like that. And you start talking to them, and they get in great shape and you're like, wow. And you're checking them in. So you're hiding them, weighing them in, stuff, getting all the stuff ready to put them in their classes so that all the sheets and stuff are ready to go. And, you wind up talking to some of them and stuff like that. And, it's amazing to see where you start out, and many of you watching this actually have this, I don't want to say it's a problem, but have this mindset where you're trying to look for like a blueprint. Like you're like, oh, what's the best way? What's the most optimal way? What's the most efficient way? How do I build the most amount of muscle, shortest amount of time? How do I get so lean so fast? Like all this stuff. And you're going to other people, looking for it, and you're looking for things online, and you're reading stuff in forums, and you're doing all this stuff, and it's craziness, right? And the older people that have to doing it for like 50 years, they don't have that mindset anymore. Like if something new comes out, they may read it, about training or something, and they'll kind of go, that's interesting. They may or may not try it. But each one of them I found interesting, and I do this myself now and have been doing this more myself as time goes along, is you wind up experimenting with stuff. Now, you kind of go, well, I did this in the past and it worked really well. I'm going to try it again, right? So you try doing, let's say, a certain diet or training program. And then something else you hear about, you go, wow, that actually kind of fits here. So let me try that. Nope, that doesn't work. I don't like that. I'm going to take that out, right? Oh, I heard about this. Let me try that. No, I don't like it. I'm going to take that out. So you wind up kind of picking and choosing and putting things together and trying them. And every single one of these competitors said the same thing. Like, I just do like what I feel like works for me. And I'm like, interesting. Okay, so how do you know what works for you? Well, I know my body by now. And I was like, that's the whole key. After you've been training for a certain amount of time, you know your body. That's what I'm going through now. And I've been going through for the last maybe 5 or 6 years. Like, you know your body and you have your own way of doing things. And your way of doing things for you may not be the same way someone else does it. But at that age, 35, 45, 55, 60 and up, you're confident in yourself to know who you are and what you're about, and confident in your knowledge, and your experience doing the things that you're doing. And you're happy doing that. You're not always chasing. Like, people want to make like 5% better gains, or 1% better gains, which everybody wants to get the most out of what they can out of the work that they're putting in. But sometimes you're making great progress. You're doing really well. Like, you're gaining muscle fast, or you're losing fat fast, and you're like, I don't know if it's enough. And you start looking for other things. Like, you start not trusting yourself, and you're looking for other things or other people to give you a better way. And it doesn't always work like that. Now, you can experiment. You should experiment. But when you find what works for you, it's like a combination, like to a locker. When you go up to the locker in a combination, you put the combination. And once you have the combination, it opens. You don't need to find another combination. You have the combination, right? And I just thought that was just really interesting and really cool how all these people say the same thing. Like, a lot of them don't do things like the typical way most people do them. They have different ways of training. Like Frank Zane, for instance, told me about this thing where he has these rubber band resistance things that he puts on the weight stacks. And as he's doing the weight stack itself, the band stretches and gives more resistance towards the lockout, right, where it overloads the muscle out there. And it was different for him, right? And I was like, well, that's interesting. And he was like, yeah, I've been training like that for a long time. Now, nobody told him that, right? He didn't find that from somewhere. He found out about the rubber band resistance and how it worked, and he thought, that's interesting to help me stay injury-free. And he adapted it to his training, and he found that works for him. But he was confident in himself. I mean, it's Frank Zane, let's be real. He's confident in himself to do that and know that he doesn't need to rely on someone else's word or get their permission or have their ideas to try to figure out what works for him. And I just think it's an awesome thing to see these older athletes that are just confident in themselves. It's not like watching the younger people. The younger people are trying to figure out last minute what to do. The older people come in, they're already in shape. They're not pulling any water. They're just ready to go. Like they've done the work, they're confident in themselves, and they're way more laid back than the younger competitors. And that's, I mean, the take home this weekend from this, that's what it would be. It's awesome to see them, just literally be everything they can be. And it's their own doing. That's awesome, right? Some of them still have teams and stuff like that, but they're so confident in themselves, right? Now, another thing that, there's two pieces to this. One is awesome and one really fucking sucks. Now, the awesome thing, when you're judging a pro qualifier, everybody wants that pro card. And you only get one pro card per class, the person that wins. Or at least the North Americans in here at the Masters Nationals. And there's a second, like about literally 1 second, maybe 3 seconds in time, where you have the competitors for the finals. They come out for finals and they're lined up on the diagonal. And they start calling 5th place, 6th place. I mean, 5th place, 4th place. I can't count, go backwards. 3rd place. And when you get down to 2, you have 2 people there. Now, I wound up judging the women's divisions mostly at North Americans. Here at Masters Nationals, I'm judging the men's division. So there is a different reaction kind of between guys and girls. I don't know why. I'm not being sexist. It's just what I observed. I'm giving them observation. But to watch when guy or girl realizes that it's down to 2 people and one of those people is you, and you could be walking away with that pro card. You can see the intensity. You can see the nervousness. You can see it all. They're like, you can, like, their faces change and stuff. And when they announce 2nd place, that 1st place fucking victor, when they fucking say that, as soon as they see 2nd place, you see them go, like you see it come over them. You see the relief. You see the excitement. You see it in their face, and you can feel it every single time. Because everybody wants to win, but you don't know. You got 30 people in the class, and you just beat them all to turn pro. And you don't know until that second when they say who got 2nd place that you won. You just turned pro. And I love to watch people break down. They just break into tears because they've won everything they've sacrificed. Some people took them decades to do it. Like, it's an amazing experience. And right there in that point in time for them in their life, it is a pivotal time in their life. They've achieved something that they've been trying to get that not everybody gets. And they fucking did it working. Hard work, willpower, perseverance. That's how they did it. It was all within them. So depending, you have a team, you have a coach, you're the one that has to do the work. They did it. They had a support system, but they did it. That is unbelievable to watch over and over again during your day. You're so moved and motivated and inspired by that. Like, it just makes you just feel good in general, just watching these people, turn pro. Now, on the flip side of that, it's the opposite. Now, we can even take the pro, we can go men and women and take the whole pro card out of it, right? So let's say you got 30 people in the class. We line up 15 on the diagonal, 15 on the diagonal over here. And they call number 30, number 43, 44, 63, and 84. And they come out to the line, boom, top 5. And those people because they're getting ready, they're going to compete for their pro card. All the other people, all the other 25, what did I say, was it 15 people? And 30. All the other 25 people. You could see them back there on the diagonals, like, eventually their heads go down. They're not in the running for the pro card. But they're standing in front of an auditorium full of people, including their family, friends, and loved ones that have watched them sacrifice. And their family, friends, and loved ones have sacrificed as well for them to be there. And it has affected everybody's lives. And this person may have quit a job for it. They may have left a relationship for it. They may have done whatever extreme thing they needed to do to get there. And they realize they're not even in the running. And they still have to wait on the sidelines till those 5 are judged and taken off stage. And there could be a 2nd call out, 3rd, and maybe even a 4th call out. As if you get the 2nd call out when there's going to be 2 more call outs, those people, you can tell that they're broken because they want to win that pro card, but they've just been broken by not getting in the top 5. But then they're excited to try to make, the 6th place just outside the top 5, because that means that they would be top 5 in another lineup if they train harder and they put another year in or whatever. So you see those five people really starting to fight and work at it and posing hard, and they're really being intense and stuff. And you look over there and like, what's going to be 3rd call out? You see people, you're like, fuck, man. Finally, 3rd call comes out, and they know they're not even in the running for anything. And they go through their pose, they go through their mandatories. There's no intensity. You see almost a life leave their body. Their eyes are glassed over. All they want to do is get off that stage and lick their wounds and try to, piece together what they did wrong, what they can do moving forward, etc. Then you finally get that last call out, and those people are usually devastated by the time they get last call out. I've been there, so I know. I've been in first call outs, I've won, and I've been in last call outs. I've been all through the whole gambit. 20 years of training and competing. You're going to have experience everything. Well, some people that are really good don't, but I wasn't really good. So it's hard to watch sometimes. It's really hard to watch people be completely devastated on the stage, and especially if they've been hyped up by their friends and family, don't really know much about the sport. And like, oh, you're going to win, turn pro. I was in the bathroom today. As I was walking out, there was an individual in front of me. And the guy was like, that's right, man, go get your pro card. He's like, oh, yeah, man. So he walks out. And in my head, I'm thinking, that's the goal of everybody, but not everybody's going to get him. Obviously, very few people are going to get him. So as we walk out, he turns to me and he goes, everybody thinks they're getting a pro card. He's like, the whole gym thinks they're getting a pro card. And he started laughing and he walks away. He was realistic about it, but the other guy was kind of hyped up about it. And that's the thing. Everybody goes in there like, the check-ins. I can't tell you how many people like, hi, how you doing today? So ready to get that pro card? And I'm like, shit, dude. 75 people said ready to get the pro card. Like, there's only one pro card in that class, But to see everybody, it's not just confident. They think that they've already won it, right? Because somebody at home, somebody at the gym or whatever is telling them they're going to turn pro, right? And sometimes they make plans like, if I turn pro, I'm jumping into that show. The Chicago Pro is like next weekend. So if I turn pro, I'm jumping right into the Chicago Pro. Now, that did happen. There's a girl last night that my friend Kenny Wallach was training, and she's, turned pro, and she might wind up going to the Chicago Pro. So it does happen, but it's like one in, maybe one or two in that show that actually wind up doing that well and then going on to like Nick Walker's jumping into, I think, the Chicago Pro too after just turning pro at the North American. So it does happen, but it doesn't happen for everybody. And when you realize that you put everything into it, it doesn't happen for you, you can see it on their faces. You can feel it. Like you can feel their energy just fucking drop. Like they come out there and they're excited and they pose like, they make noise and shit. By the time they get the fourth call, they're like they're actually looking around and shit. Or they look at their physiques. They're like trying to see like what the fuck's wrong with me and shit like that. It's just, it's for a judge, for me anyways, I'm an emotional guy. So for me, it's very, it's a very emotional experience judging. I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to win, but we have to choose who the best people are, right? That's our job. That's what we're trained to do. It's our job. And we know that some people are going to be very disappointed. We had one lady miss her class. She won the class at North Americans. She never made her way back to the stage for finals. She missed the whole thing. So she was scratched, disqualified. She never showed up. The person in second was moved up, third moved up, fourth moved up, fifth moved up, sixth moved up. New top 5, new pro. And there was absolutely nothing we could do about it. She didn't show up for the class. The show was over. Like, oh, I won. I didn't get my pro card. Like, yeah, well, where were you? Like, I didn't know. I went back to the hotel. Like, there's nothing we can do at that point. So dreams are made. Dreams are realized here at these shows. And it's an amazing thing to see that dream realized. It's unbelievable. It's so much energy and fun. And dreams are destroyed here too. There's some people that will revamp today after the show. Tomorrow they start making a new plan for the next show or whatever's, their new training program for an off season or whatever. And there's some people, this is going to be the last one for them. There's some people that are so devastated by what happened, they're done, they quit. And that's unfortunate because this is not a sport where you just do it for like 2 or 3 months and turn pro and have like all this money and stuff. It takes years with this stuff most times. And sometimes it takes decades. And it's so much sacrifice for the person to get there that when they finally get there, it's like, wow, this is it. Like I made it, But what if you sacrifice and you go through all that and you don't make it? That's me. That's my situation. Now I had gotten to the point where, my body was breaking down. I just couldn't do it anymore. Tearing muscles and body parts and stuff like that. Like my body was telling me it was done. So I had to walk away knowing that I gave it my all. I fell short. It fell short for trying. Wasn't my time. I did things wrong. I failed a bunch of times. I never cheated on my diets. I never fucked around and took days off from the gym. Maybe it was genetics was part of it. Part of it was I didn't have the right diets. Part of it was I was listening to the wrong people. Part of it, but it's all my responsibility when it comes down to it to make sure that I'm getting to be the best that I can. And by the time I really had it figured out on every aspect, my body was to the point where it was breaking down and I couldn't push, right? Well, there's people out there right now that are not even at that point. It's maybe their first national show and they got their doors blown off and that's it. They're done. Like they won't even move on from that because it's so traumatic. And that is fucking heartbreaking when you see that shit. I've seen a competitor, like I remember very specifically someone close to me, went on stage and really didn't do well. Their parents were there and everything to see him. I mean, it was a big fucking production. Everybody was following them online. They were supposed to turn pro, all this stuff. And this person got smoked into like 4th place. And when they came off the stage, I ran around the back to meet them. And all there was just fucking tears rolling down. And the person walked up to me and said, "Get me the fuck out of here." And I sat down and I talked to this person for a while and I said, "Here's the deal. Yes, you're like last place, but you need to go back tonight to finals and get back on stage and finish what you started." And it took pretty much the whole day to get that person back in alignment to be able to go up there and finish what they started, because they were so hurt, so embarrassed, so emotional about what happened that they just didn't want to go up ever again. And it was heartbreaking. It was hard. It was emotionally draining for everybody involved, including that person. But this sport is a sport of ups and downs, and there's highs and lows. And when they're high, they're very high. When they're low, they're very low. But one thing I can say is every one of these competitors understand each other. I don't know if other sports are like that, to be honest with you. Every single one of these competitors understand each other. And I do believe that although it's competitive, once you get outside of that competitive realm, that they actually wind up helping each other a lot of times. The new friendships are made in outside of the gym. Maybe they're competing here, but they all live in different states outside of the competition. They're all going to be close friends, and it's happened with me and many people throughout the years. So I'm going to run back there now. I think they're going to get ready for finals now. What time is it? I got to watch on stupid. Oh, it's 1:24, so I think they're getting ready for finals now. And getting ready to finish up this show, and I fly out tomorrow in the early afternoon, head back home. So it's been awesome here. We're going to get a little nostalgic here. My first trip in 8 months on a plane. Love Orlando. I've stayed at this hotel many times at Titan Medical for the Orlando Europa. And so it's like kind of like a homecoming. I actually feel comfortable when I got here. And when I walked in, despite like the mask situation, if you guys follow my social media, but I don't wear the mask, and I'm the only exception in the entire hotel. The manager, a police officer, walked up to me this morning when I was walking with another individual, another judge named Jack. And they said, they came right up to us and said, "Excuse me, can you guys put your masks on?" And I looked at the police officer and said, "I don't wear a mask due to medical conditions." And I looked at the manager, and he looked at the police officer and said, "He's the only exception." Like literally said that. And I was like, what the hell? I've been talking to these people every day, 100 times a day. They tell me to put it on. I explain it to them, and then they understand, and they kind of back off. But it's been like a nonstop cat and mouse game. They tell people to put it up. They put it up. The person walks away. They pull it down. So besides that weirdness that's here, and you have police officers patrolling, trying to enforce it in the hotel, which is not normal here, it's been really, really fun. It's been awesome to feel like I have my life back at this point. For the last 4 days, I have my old life back. And it's like weird. Like it was weird walking into the airport. It was weird getting on the plane. It was weird getting off the plane. It was weird getting an Uber. Like, not that anybody was being weird. It's just a strange vibe and a strange feeling right now of everything that's going on. And I'm just happy. I'm happy that I did this, because I had the option to not do it or do it. I mean, it was like, "Hey, can you be here? Do you want to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's roll." Because I do feel like I need to get back on track. Think the world needs to get back on track to be sane and to be healthy, to be totally honest. And to beat this virus, I think we need to get back to normal. That's my personal opinion. We're not going to get into it in this video because you guys know how I feel about it. But having my life back and traveling and stuff again was like, it's like exhilarating. For just 4 days, I feel like as long as I don't, run around and see the masks too much, I feel like everything is just normal. I almost feel like it's 2019 right now, except I have longer hair now. But bottom line is, I think things, there's light at the end of the tunnel. I think we're seeing that light now. The end of the tunnel is coming up. I really do believe that, and you guys will see soon what's going on. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all the support. I ran into a bunch of people. I mean, it was crazy how many people approached me this week and were like, "I love what you're doing with your YouTube. I love what you're doing with your Instagram. I love the political stuff." And I was like, "Really?" It's like, because I get some shit about it, but my views are higher with the political stuff than they are with the fitness stuff now. Like, people, if I put up a fitness thing, or this thing will probably get less than 1,000 views now. If I put up a political thing, it's 2,000 to 4,000 views. And then I put it up on Facebook, and then I'll get 5,000 or 6,000 views. My views are bigger on Facebook and Instagram now than they are on YouTube. So I'll put the same video up on every platform. So now the video that, like, I put up a fitness one, this is only going to go on YouTube. This video will get maybe 1,000, 1,500 views. I'm getting 10,000 to 12,000 combined views from my other platforms from the political stuff. So it shows you where people's minds are at. But I think that sometimes it's good to take a break and just try to be normal again. I'm getting questions about fitness stuff. So I'm like, let me do the vlog. Like, I haven't done a vlog. And like, what am I gonna do, a vlog at my house? You guys have seen my fucking house. You see my area, you see my gym. Like here, it was like, you know, an interesting vlog. So I hope people see this and they go, wow, at least there's something interesting going on right now. Maybe let's check this out. This is running long. I want to get this done so that we're not having this super long video, because people don't like the super long videos either. But again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the support. Just stay vigilant to everything that's going on around you all the time, and try to enjoy your life as best you can. We only get that one life, right? So roll with it. And above all, watch out for each other. Take care of the people that need to be taken care of, that are close to you. And live your life, guys. I'll see you guys next time. BioStreetTraining@gmail.com. We haven't done this in a while. BioStreetTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. BioStreetTraining.com is the blog. It's the BioStreet Bicep. It's back. And we are out.